The need to make sense of the world through stories separates people from the rest of the animal kingdom. Stories connect us to a shared past, allow us to understand the present moment, and help us anticipate the future. The earliest stories we know of are found in the cave paintings of the Stone Age. These paintings show us that early human beings felt a need to record their experiences, perhaps so as to understand them or to celebrate them in some way. As language developed, cave paintings gave way to oral forms of storytelling, the tale around the campfire. Stories were passed down from generation to generation, which led to the creation of myths. The invention of the printing press in 11th century China, a technology which Johannes Gutenberg developed in 15th century Europe, spread ideas around the world as newspapers, magazines, and books fed the public desire for stories of all kinds. In the 20th century, many people discovered the joys of reading through the paperback book, which made the classics of world literature affordable to a mass audience for the very first time. By then, however, a new form of storytelling had arrived: films, which were to become the cave paintings of the modern age. Over the last century, Hollywood's control of the film industry has promoted a certain style of storytelling. Borrowing ideas about plays developed in ancient Athens and Rome, Hollywood tells us that stories must have a beginning, which introduces the problem, a middle, which sees the main character trying to solve that problem, and an end, when the problem is finally resolved. Fitted into this three-act structure, stories should move quickly, show the action rather than explain it, and feature a main character we cheer for. Hollywood film producers look for ways to provide cinema-goers with excitement, keen as they are to avoid an expensive flop at the box office. The remakes, sequels, and never-ending installments in some film franchises are driven as much by a need to increase revenue as produce a work of art. All of this has had an effect on literature. The Hollywood techniques of cinema have inspired many authors to write fast-moving novels. But perhaps those authors should remember what makes books different from films. And filmmakers, instead of looking for the next bestseller to turn into a blockbuster film, should focus more on what makes a story on the screen distinct from one in a novel. Ultimately, adapting a book for the big screen is all about finding a different way to tell the story. The once upon a time of the screen is not the once upon a time of the page.